On today's episode on WarpDriveM, we are going to take out the engine from the 3 series. Before I take the engine out, I'm going to go under the car to jack up the gearbox because I'm going to leave the gearbox on the car. We have the crane in here. I have to close the inspection pit. But first I wanted to show you that I removed the exhaust where the cat is, and you can clearly see that is cut. So we have another proof that they cut the cat. And let me show you what I found on the engine block. Maybe I can show you. We have a hole on cylinder 1, we have a big crack in here, we have another big crack in there, so the engine block is done. We cannot save this one, it's completely cracked. We have holes in there, oil pan is full of debris, so we are going to take this out. I think I've set everything up. I put something on the gearbox, I put the crane in here, the engine is tight, all the bolts and nuts and everything are off, exhaust is off. Let's take this one out. It's finally out. It was very easy to pull this engine out because it's a small engine, not like the V8 from the 7 series. But anyway, we know for a fact that this one is completely blown and destroyed. You can see the hole in there. Let me put the light on. We have a hole in there, we have a crack in there, we have another crack in there. So this one is gone. In the process I broke this pipe from the oil pump. I completely forgot that we don't have the oil pan because it's right up in there. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we are going to order a new engine. But I've noticed that the springs from the clutch are almost at the end, so we have to replace the clutch as well. The rust bearing is completely rusted. I'm not sure how can I show you. And when you turn this, rust comes out. Perfect. So we have to replace that as well. The gearbox sounds okay. I've tried to rotate the gearbox, doesn't make any kind of strange noises. We have just normal play, not more than that. But I think we are going to replace this o-ring in here, or gasket in there, because we have too much oil in here. I'm not sure if that oil was from here, from the engine, but I'm pretty sure it was from the gearbox. We have to take a short break because the trailer is here. I have to scrap the Peugeot partner because it's dead, and I'm not going to fix that car anymore. Like I said, we are going to take a short break. We are going to drive the Peugeot onto the scrapyard, and we are going to continue after that. Back in the garage now. We are going to start by removing this plate because, like I've said, we have too much oil in here. I'm pretty sure it's from the gearbox, not from the engine. And after that we can start cleaning everything. We are going to remove the engine mounts because we are going to replace this because we have room now and we can replace those. We are going to remove after that the clutch because we have to check if we have enough clutch or not. If not, we are going to order a new clutch as well. And an engine, of course. We can remove the exhaust. We have to order a new gasket for sure. And pretty much that's about it. After that, after we receive the other parts, we can check what we are going to replace, like the thermostat, water pump, stuff like that, pulleys, belts, of course everything new. Yeah, no more talking, let's start removing some parts. And this is the next day. I removed the plate. We have access now to the seal, and as you can clearly see, I've cleaned up the gearbox, and in fact I've cleaned the whole engine bay. Is like brand new. Not really sure if you can see. I've cleaned some rust spots in here, and I've painted with a silver paint. It's not a perfect match, but it's an engine bay. I didn't want to have any kind of rust in here. Of course I used the rust stop, that's why you can see in here like the black in here as well. So now we don't have any kind of rust, any kind of dirt. We can read all the infos from the car. Everything is clean in there as well. A little bit of cleaning in there as well. This one took me a few hours, to be honest, because it was a pain to clean everything between the crevices in there, but looks like brand new. Everything is clean, like I said. Now we are going to remove the seal. Oh, and I've cleaned in here as well, but we are going to remove the seal, and we are going to remove the clutch to be sure that it's okay or not, the exhaust, and we go from there. Now I remove the clutch. It's completely done. Maybe you can see how it was grinding in here. It destroyed the pressure plate, of course. In here as well, the flywheel. So we have to replace the whole assembly, but I'm going to wait on this because sometimes when you buy an engine, it's going to come with the flywheel, and maybe the flywheel is good on the new engine, and we are going to replace just the clutch. But like I've said, we are going to wait till we receive the new engine. I removed the manifold. I think the gasket was replaced because looks like brand new, and we have a part number in here and a stamp from 2014, so I'm pretty sure this one was replaced. Like I said, this one looks pretty damn good, but I already have one on order, so not a problem. This is the collector plate in case if the gasket from the cover is losing oil, is dropping oil, it should drop in here, not directly onto the manifold. I removed, of course, the engine mounts. We have those on order as well. In the meanwhile, I've cleaned all the plugs from the electrical connectors. Everything is clean now. I took the servo pump, the water pump, thermostat as well, all the sensor from this side of the engine, and in fact from everywhere. We need to replace the seals from the vanos because are hard as plastic, hard as a rock. Water flange removed, crank sensor removed from there, and I put all the screws, bolts, everything back together, because when we swap to the other one we know exactly which one goes where. And I think with the engine side we are set, because I have to order an engine and I have to receive the new one, and like I said, we are going to swap a few parts, maybe not. And I have to order a new water hose to the thermostat because this one broke on me. I just pulled it out and maybe it was cracked, not really sure, but we have to order a new one. I'm going to clean all the engine supports, engine mounts, and I'm going to clean everything. In fact, because you can notice in here everything is spot on, clean as much as I could, but looks pretty damn good. I'm really proud of myself. Now let's take the seal out because we already have one on order, and I'm gonna show you my method to remove that. Let's see now if this method will work. I've screwed in here in the seal a wood screw, and I'm going to try to pull the seal out now. Is doing something or not? Let's see now. It's moving or not? Oh, it's not even tight. So let's find a different spot to screw that in. So basically this is the method. You screw a wooden screw in here and pull from that out. I've done a little bit of mess in here. I've done a bigger hole. I scratched a little bit the gearbox, but it's finally out. Whew. I really destroyed this one, but I couldn't do it other way. Other than that, everything is fine. We have nothing wrong in here. We can see the oil right up in there, so the gearbox is not dry. We are going to put the new seal. Let's wait for the new part, and I think pretty much that's about it for today's episode. I'm going to clean a little bit more off camera because I'm going to start with the mechanical part. Engine, gearbox, everything clean, everything new. Engine mounts, plugs, wires, everything should be clean in here because we can follow if we have a leak after that. And after everything in here is clean, we can close the hood and go with the body panels like fender and the other doors and stuff like that. Of course we have to do the brakes and the other stuff, but we are going step by step. Now, like I said, I'm going to do all the cleaning, and I will order all the parts that I know that we need, and in the next episode we'll go from there. With all of that being said and done, we are at the end of the video. If you want to see more progress on this one, join me for the next episode. If you like this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, as usual, thumbs down. Until next time, see you later.